For all you brainiacs out there who like living in your brain a lot and want to keep it as sharp as possible, have I got some good news for you. Researchers at NYU Grossman School of Medicine claim they've finally identified the driving factor behind all brain cell death. And it's not just the culprit behind diseases like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and dementia. It also appears to be the driving factor behind the natural breakdown of brain cells that happens with aging, too. In other words, they think they have identified the driving force behind all the things you don't want if you want to keep living in your brain just the way it is. And that driving factor is toxic fatty acids. Astrocytes are star-shaped cells in the central nervous system. Scientists have long thought that astrocytes release a toxic molecule to kill off damaged brain cells to sort of clear them away. And they've believed that toxin was the culprit behind neurodegenerative diseases, but they haven't been able to figure out just what that toxin is until now. The researchers say their recent study provides the first evidence that tissue damage prompts astrocytes to produce two kinds of fats: long-chain saturated-free fatty acids and phosphatidylcholines. That's right, phosphatidylcholines. After the astrocytes releases them, these fats then trigger the cells to die in damaged neurons. And since neurons are the electrically active cells that send out messages from your brain, when they die, well, your brain takes a hit. Now for the good news for you brainiacs still following along. To test their hypothesis that these toxic fatty acids were indeed the culprits killing our brain cells, the researchers blocked the ability to make them in some mice. And before you start feeling bad for the mice, you should know that 75% of the neurons in their brains survived compared to only 10% of the control group. So that was good news for the mice and good news for all you brainiacs. Because while the researchers still have a lot of work to do, their latest findings mean we might have just taken a giant step forward in the fight against degenerative brain diseases, which is awesome. And since the same process seems to be responsible for the natural breakdown of our brains through aging, we might be on the road to keeping our brains nice and sharp forever. Or at least for as long as we live.